amazing parents, it's Dr. Lindsay here with this week's psychology-based parenting tips about making ending screen time less of a challenge for you and your kiddo. Picture this, it's a typical afternoon in your household and your child is engrossed in their favorite app or game. As the designated screen time comes to an end, you brace yourself for the inevitable battle of them putting away their device. Sound familiar? You're not alone. Pulling away from screen time can be challenging for kids and even adults. In this episode, we're going to explore why it's difficult to wrap up screen time, the importance of empathy and boundaries, practical strategy for managing time, and how to maintain screen limits while keeping the peace. We're going to break this down into 7 sections today. Stay tuned to the end where I'll tell you more about a brand new screen time myths quiz I developed to test your knowledge on important screen time issues for children. You'll find the link in the description below this video, along with other free downloadable parenting resources. Let's get started. First up, understanding the attraction of screen time. So it's essential to acknowledge that screen time is designed to be captivating and engaging. Apps and games are intentionally crafted to hold our attention and make it difficult to stop using them. The bright colors, interactive features, and the reward systems all contribute to the allure of screen time. Streaming channels automatically begin the next episode to keep you tuned in. As parents, it's essential to recognize this and empathize with our children's struggle to tear themselves away from the screen. Imagine how much better you and your child would feel if you said something like, "I know, it's tough to pull yourself away, buddy, but it's time to put away your screen now." Instead of, "I told you to put it away, just go and plug it in now." By acknowledging the power of these design elements, we can approach the situation with empathy and understanding. Next up, setting firm boundaries. While empathy is vital, it's equally important to set firm boundaries around screen time. Children need structure and guidance to develop healthy habits. Establishing clear expectations and limits helps them to understand that screen time is an enjoyable part of the day, but not an unlimited resource. Communicate these boundaries with your child and enforce them consistently. Remember, boundaries are not meant to be restrictive, but rather to create a healthy balance in their lives. By setting boundaries, you're teaching your child self-discipline and helping them develop a healthy relationship with technology. Next, managing time effectively. Time management is a crucial skill that children can learn through screen time. To avoid the experience of screen time sucking your child in for hours on end, set clear time limits, perhaps 30 minutes after school, or an hour in the morning on Saturday and an hour in the afternoon. Different families choose very different screen time limits, so think about what feels right for your family. You might get more detailed and help your child navigate the time aspect by setting specific time limits for different activities. So for example, you can get very specific and allocate 30 minutes for educational apps, 20 minutes for entertainment, and 10 minutes for creative activities. By breaking down screen time into different categories, you can ensure that your child engages in a variety of activities and avoids excessive use of a single app or game. For younger children, offering a 5-minute warning before the end of screen time can help them to anticipate the transition and mentally prepare themselves. This simple practice allows them to wrap up their current task and eases the transition away from screens. Younger kids and those who really struggle to end screen time might also benefit from a 1-minute warning. Additionally, consider using visual timers or countdown apps to provide a visual representation of the remaining screen time. This can help children to develop a better understanding of time and improve their ability to manage it effectively. Next, let's talk about role-playing and preparing for transition. For children who find ending screen time to be a real challenge, role-playing can be a helpful technique. Before they start their screen time session, engage in a pretend scenario where they practice putting away their devices when the time is up. You might say, "Okay, Jill, when I call out a 1-minute warning, you're going to say, 'Okay, Mom, I'll wrap up,' and then you're going to plug in without whining or yelling, right?" This playful approach allows them to experience the transition in a safe and controlled environment, making it easier for them to replicate it in real life. By rehearsing the process of wrapping up screen time, you're helping your child develop the necessary skills and mindset to handle the end of screen time more smoothly. Okay, now let's talk about maintaining screen limits. Sometimes, despite our best efforts, children may resist turning off their devices when screen time is over. In such instances, you can pose a choice to help promote their autonomy. For example, you can say, it's important that we stick to our screen limits. You have two options. You can choose to turn it off and plug it in, or I can help you. If you pose a question like this, be sure that you follow through by asking them to gently hand you the device or by using the remote control to turn off the television yourself. Another way to incorporate choices into the screen time schedule is with questions like, you have 30 minutes of screen time. Would you like to choose a shorter show that you can finish in that time? Or would you like to choose a longer show and be prepared to stop midway through? This approach empowers children to make decisions within the boundaries set by you, promoting their sense of autonomy while setting you up for success in maintaining screen limits. Now, understanding the rationale. The more consistently you enforce screen limits, the easier it will be for your kids to end screen time calmly. If you do not enforce the decided upon screen limit, then your child learns that the limits are flexible and will likely continue to struggle with this transition, pleading for extra time in the future. One challenge that parents often face is not feeling confident about enforcing screen time limits. Perhaps feeling like there should be some limits, but not understanding why or what limits to set. At Parenting with Psychology, we understand the challenges parents face when it comes to screen time and how difficult it is to know the facts about screen time and how it affects your children. That's why we've developed a new Screen Time Myths quiz to help you assess your knowledge of critical screen time questions. Take the quiz today at parentingwithpsychology.com/screen-quiz and discover valuable insights to enhance your parenting journey. Our goal is to provide you with the tools and resources needed to navigate the world of screen time effectively. I'd love to hear from you in the comments about what questions you have regarding screen time for your kids. Okay, last up, we're going to talk about staying calm and empathetic. So it's essential to anticipate some turmoil around the end of screen time. Children may express frustration, disappointment, or even throw tantrums. As parents, it's crucial to stay calm and empathetic during these moments. Remember, emotions are a natural part of the process, and by modeling composure and understanding, you can help your child navigate their feelings and learn healthy ways to cope with them. Take a deep breath, validate their emotions, and offer reassurance that there will be more screen time in the future. By maintaining your composure, you can guide your child towards smoother transitions and foster a positive parent-child relationship. Okay, it's time for the take-home message for this episode. Wrapping up screen time doesn't have to be a battle. By approaching the situation with empathy, setting firm boundaries, and teaching time management skills, you can create a smoother transition for your child. Remember to offer choices, role play, and stay calm and empathetic during the process. Together, let's foster healthy screen time habits and create a balanced digital lifestyle for our children. Which of the actionable tips discussed in this episode can you start using today to help your child develop healthy habits and a balanced relationship with technology? These screen time tips fall under the choices and checkpoints category of my 5 C's parenting framework. If you're new to the 5 C's, look in the description below this video to find more parenting resources, including a video about the 5 C's parenting framework and a link to sign up for my weekly newsletter to be sure that you never miss any of my new tips. Okay, amazing parents, that wraps up today's episode. Thanks for joining me to fill your parenting toolbox with psychology-based tools to feel more confident and capable in your parenting. If you found this video helpful, I'd invite you to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more Parenting with Psychology tips. Join me next week to learn how to nurture kids who love reading. In the meantime, check out my free resources listed below in the description and keep up the good work on your amazing parenting journey. Oh, and remember to check out the Screen Time Myths quiz. At Parenting with Psychology, we're committed to supporting parents in their journey of raising happy and healthy children. We developed the Screen Time Myths quiz to help parents check their knowledge of important screen time issues that affect children. Take the quiz today. You can find the link in the description below this video, along with other free downloadable parenting resources. My weekly tips are also available to read on my website or to listen to on your favorite podcast player. If you'd like to connect with me more regularly and join the Parenting with Psychology community, follow Parenting with Psychology on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. I love hearing from you, so please leave a comment below and let me know how you've been using these tips in your parenting practice, or about any topics you'd like me to cover in future episodes. Finally, a quick legal disclaimer. Please note that the advice provided in this episode is different than therapy and does not serve as a substitute for professional psychological treatment or other types of professional advice or intervention. If you or your child have concerns or need further parenting or personal support, please contact a physician or other qualified local health professional. See you next week, amazing parents.